Death Valley isn't complete without an afternoon on the parade grounds, but a new tailgating policy could be a bit of a buzzkill.
And to look at how LSU athletes have fun on and off the track.
Newsbeat starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Brett Hauser.
And I'm Mikala Morgan. Thanks for joining us.
A Louisiana Saturday night isn't complete without a Saturday morning full of food, booze, and friends.
But this fall could see some major changes to game day. Reporter Nadine Abisada is live from the Union with more.
Hey guys, I'm here at the Student Union, and behind me, students are meeting with the Dean of Students to discuss future regulations that are said to be put on student tailgates. I sat with Dean Fuentes earlier today to see what these regulations will look like. Tailgates and touchdowns, a tradition that truly defines a Louisiana Saturday.
LSU's been around for a good century, and all the traditions have always carried on. And to remove the traditions right now, that would go against the history of what everything LSU is.
Dean of Students Marty Fuentes-Martin is proposing regulations to be put on tailgates held by student organizations.
Ground rules, which we would ask for all student organizations to follow, which would include registering their tailgates wherever they may be on campus, but of course the prime spot being the parade grounds. And then there would be some rules on the parade grounds about being able to register, first come, first serve, the size of the tents.
The question that everybody wants to know the answer to is why? Why does Media want to put these regulations in place?
The safety issue in medical transports, the unsafe practices regarding quantities of alcohol and really been hidden behind walls, and then the condition of the parade grounds and how they're left at the end of tailgating with furniture and glass and other things just left for LSU to pick up.
As of right now, we don't know exactly what regulations will be put in place because there is still a lot more to be discussed, but we should know by next fall. We will keep you updated. I'm Nadine Abusada from the Student Union.
Thanks, Nadine. A recent investigation conducted by the Daily Reveille found the majority of reported rape cases occurred on game days. Of the 12 alleged rapes reported to LSU PD since 2010, all but one has occurred on an LSU game day or game day weekend. Researchers have shown that the alcohol and drug-fueled energy of game days correlates with an increase in reported rapes. For the complete story, please visit lsunow.com.
Tiger Band Director Roy King was put on administrative leave this morning. The Office of Human Resources says King is the subject of an ongoing investigation regarding control funding for Tiger Band, Color Guard, and Golden Girls. King's lawyer said he was the target of a witch hunt led by the School of Music. LSU Director of Media Relations Ernie Ballard said the school does not discuss personnel matters.
The State House Education Committee rejected a bill that would change TOPS awards based on student classifications. The bill would have provided freshmen with 80% of their tuition, sophomores with 90%, and juniors and seniors with 100%. Any money saved would go to need-based scholarships called GO grants. Those who oppose the bill said that the bill would create barriers rather than help students and motivate them to succeed. The bill was defeated with a 4-9 vote.
Several art galleries in downtown Lafayette plan to display nude artwork this weekend after an area artist was told to cover up her inappropriate nude paintings inside a gallery. KATC reporter Travis Guillory shows us why residents say it's okay to show this artwork in the flesh.
When you have the human body in the raw, it's a beautiful specimen. Why should we be afraid of it?
Censoring art, an ongoing controversy in downtown Lafayette, and several galleries are taking a stand against it, like Theater 810.
As far as nude art goes, I think it's very tasteful, and I think the human body is a gorgeous thing. I think we all have different bodies, and we all represent ourselves and see ourselves differently, and for someone to want to censor that, I think it's disrespectful.
And some art walk goers say censorship draws a line between art and obscenity.
You know, there's a time and a place for, for nudity or anything that, would be deemed inappropriate. And during art walk, you never know what you're gonna find or what you're gonna see.
Some say it's all about the artist's intent.
Perhaps if you really are trying to be vulgar, then that would be obscene. But otherwise, if it's art, it'll come across as art.
I think it all has to do with just the general tone of the piece, and whether it's very in your face or whether it's representing something. I think there's a good balance between obscenity and art, and I think you should be respectful, but I think at the same time you shouldn't have to censor what you feel is beautiful.
In Lafayette, Travis Guillory.
After the break, Brian Pellerin drops by to tell us about a revolutionary new way to get your grub.
It's almost as powerful as opening a small second location for us.
Hear how the app works when you return.
A classic problem, a lunch break without time to actually get lunch. Apps like Seamless, Postmates, and Grubhub have been very successful in delivering lunch to workers in large markets like New York and Los Angeles. But these apps have not made their way to smaller markets like Baton Rouge. Introducing Waiter, the newest way for Louisianians to get their food on command. I took a look to see how the app is helping both foodies and restaurants alike.
Food delivery in Baton Rouge has a new face. Apps like Tap and Go, Grubhub, and Takeout Express are giving consumers the option of delivery or carryout from their favorite big-time brands. But a new Louisiana-based app, Waiter, is giving local Baton Rouge favorites the same opportunity.
He said two things real fast. One was delivery. Delivery for us smaller guys is, it's a huge liability and a cost. So that was key. As a small business, I saw the value in that real fast.
Taco Chops, a small cantina off Coursey, has been using the app for only a month and a half, but the results have far exceeded owner Joel Thomas's expectations.
So our first order was $31. I was excited. So the rest of the day, every time it rang, we would jump around and almost dance in here. It was fun for us. And we did almost $100 the first day, and we've never looked back. It's almost as powerful as opening a small second location for us.
The app is essentially 3-in-1. One for the consumer to order on, one for the restaurant to receive the order, and one for the drivers to coordinate pickups and deliveries. This 3-app system allows Waiter to keep the wait times down. In Lake Charles, the app already has 68 restaurants and another 17 lined up.
We're entrenched into the community. We're part of the community. We're not just like this big player who moves in and we're like, okay, now we do delivery here. No, we want to be a part of that restaurant culture.
As Waiter grows more popular in Baton Rouge, they hope to grow just as large as they have in Lake Charles, especially in and around the LSU community. Deals with restaurants like Zippy's, The Londoner, and Walk-Ons are in the works to continue to give consumers more options. For Tiger TV, I'm Brian Pellerin.
Eating out is typically an easy way to get together with friends, but for LSU athletes, finding time for a social life is not that simple. Tiger TV reporter Courtney Allen shows us how two-track runners and friends make time for fun.
It's 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and track runners Marcus Tyner and Julian Parker are where they spend most of their time. They aren't tired from going out the night before. They're tired from the 3-hour workout they just finished.
We have bedtime schedules. Ready? As weird as that sounds, we need to be in bed at 10 because we wake up at 5. So it doesn't really leave a lot of time for, social activities.
The life of a collegiate athlete has its perks and its sacrifices, and having a social life is one of the many sacrifices. LSU track coach Kadivas Robinson says that your social life should revolve around your team, especially during the season.
Track team or whatever sport you're in, that should be like your fraternity or sorority. Because you're around them a lot. You're going through the similar things a lot. You're going through the struggles, the stresses, the sores, the tiredness, the fatigue, all those things together.
An athlete-to-athlete friendship is different than most. They encourage one another through competition and come together over one common goal.
What makes it so unique is that when training athletically, we see each other's ups and our downfalls, and we're always there for each other. As for him specifically, when I was getting back into running, I wasn't really too sure if I was cut out for it. But he always gave me that confidence, hey, you can do it, or hey, you can be really good. And when I ran my PR, I kind of saw what he always saw in me.
Marcus and Julian have become inseparable since they started running together, and their teammates say their big personalities and sense of humor balance out the more serious people on the team.
It definitely lightens the mood when they act silly. When people are kind of too serious, I guess, at practice, they bring you back down to something simpler and more fun.
They fit a piece of puzzle that works for our group. The more you're like a family and a team, the better the group's gonna be. That's a fact.
Although athletes sacrifice a social life, they form friendships through sports that will last far beyond their college years. For Tiger TV, I'm Courtney Allen.
We'll be right back after this break.